my Gnoll Ice Elementalist of Gazag as he treks through the dungeon. I miss being able to pick a character name. I think that, as much as it's easier to start characters up when you don't have to spend time thinking of a name, it's a missing distinction that made him easier to tell apart and play. Still, no matter. That's like complaining about the color of the drapes or the flavor of the caviar. The fact that you can stream and have all your gameplay saved in one place online is obviously more valuable. But in any event, where last we left off, I had done a whole bunch of stuff. By playing around with my equips, I've got a very interesting, I don't want to say complete, but certainly good set of resistances going. My memorization of level 8 spells is very close at this point. Wearing my... So I'm curious, if I remove all things that are slowing down my ability to memorize, so let's take off my shield, and take off my leather armor. That puts me at 41%, and if I put on wizardry, which I am wearing, and intelligence, I can get that down to 28% castability, and I'm beginning to show level 9 potential. So, yeah, we're definitely getting there in terms of powered up character. Nevertheless, for the time being, I'm not ready to make those commits. I do think that I get more mileage out of keeping some of that stuff on. So we'll keep that, resist poison, and that plus the fact that, that plus the fact that the level 8 spells that I'm foregoing right now are nice and all, but I've already got the refrigerator online. I've got a good spammable Orb of Destruction and a good set of summons. Do I have Amnesia handy anywhere? I think I only have one. Yeah. So because I only have one Amnesia Scroll, I'm a little bit skittish about what to memorize. I really should memorize Spellforge Servitor, because my entire spell list has one conjuration or two in it. Yeah, Orb of Destruction. So he would spam that, which would basically win me scenarios by itself. Anyway, last we left off, we had begun poking around floor 3, and I was starting to play a little bit more on tilt than I usually do. Not tilt, but too rapidly. So I figured stop playing, get my head in order before I come back, and here I am now. This floor has an interesting challenge in that 2 of the 3 staircases are clustered, and the other one is pretty far off. So it's going to be a little bit more tricky to safely clear this floor since I can't triple dip. Preserver. Alright, he's blowed up. Sentinel's Mark, that's good. I want to encourage enemies to come to me and not the other way around. There we go. Tengu Reaver. One of the few resistances I'm missing is actually electricity. So, yeah, lightning bolts are still pretty relevant to me. Ogres tend to be pretty easy to hit with that confuse spell, so I'm a fan of making this one's life a little worse. And refrigerate these guys up. There we go. Well, I've survived the mark, and not that many enemies filtered out from it. Okay, so, yeah, so those were my reasons for holding up, and now that I'm back, let's clear it out. The more I've thought about it, the less comfortable I've felt with pushing my way all the way through the bottom of the vaults right now. It's not that I can't possibly win there. I have most of the tools I need to win Vaults 5. So really, I could, in theory, just go for it. The problem is, I can't convince myself that it's optimal to go for it. I'm gonna have more tools to survive bad situations later than I do now, for sure. And I would rather not lose my run because I got hasty, when the only thing that I could... Ooh. Remember how I said I don't have resist electricity handy? Well, now I'm facing down a storm dragon. I think it might be worth putting on resist electricity here, even if it takes a turn or two. Let's do that, yes. Okay, I lost 6 HP to make the switch, which is totally worth it. And now, I'm very comfortable refrigerating these guys. Do I have a blink scroll? I do have a blink scroll, so worst case scenario, I can still get out of dodge. So let's refrigerate these guys a couple times. There we go. Hallway is cleared. All that's left is this one. He is not resistant to confusion, but there's no point confusing him. Let's just... Here we go. Turn the hallway against him. Back off. Back off. Close the doors. Close the doors. And let's make the ice giant come to us. We fully resist cold, so that's, you know, his main methods of hurting us are pretty irrelevant. Unfortunately, I'm an ice mage, so my main methods of hurting him are also fairly irrelevant. This is exactly why I carry Orb of Destruction in my spell list, so that I'm not reliant on ice to deal damage to things. Alright, switching amulets again. Wait, did I never actually put on resist electricity? Wow. So it takes more turns than I realized. Oh, that's not a weapon, that's a enchanted weapon. Please, for the love of God, do not waste any turns. Alright, we're gonna go ahead and put on magic regen. Well, if it takes that many turns to switch, it's a lot less valuable. It's more... And that's yet another reason, by the way, that I shouldn't be jumping to clear the lowest level of the vaults, because storm dragons are fine and all, but titans are even more likely to throw about electricity damage. And there's no shafted in vaults? I didn't even know that was a thing. Oh, shit. Well, this is going to be an interesting run after all. Definitely want a map here. And, oh, okay, there's a staircase to get out directly beneath me, so this is not as bad as it could have been by a long shot. Chamber I'm in is safe. The chamber I'm entering is also safe. You know, that was a very interesting situation the game gave me until I actually got into it. Then it turned out it wasn't that interesting at all. Let's ditch the Spear of Flaming. In any situation where I want to wield that, I'll have to come back after I've unwielded this draining weapon. Is it just the two of them? There we go. This is the right number to start refrigerating. Boom. Take them out. Well, that was scary. I didn't know that you could be shafted in vaults. That makes me seriously reconsider clearing Vaults 4, to be honest with you, before I've made a determination to clear Vaults 7. Look, if you're just gonna let me peg you to death, I will keep pegging you. What did you just do? You changed your art? Okay. I'm gonna make sure that I keep an ogre between me and him, just in case he has some kind of ranged... I should actually figure out what he can do. Primal Wave. Torrent of water, knockback, whatever. Okay, that's fine. In fact, while I'm running away, this would be a good time to evoke something. I said this would be a good time to evoke something. Condenser Vein is fine. There you go, perfect. And last refrigerator. Okay, all that refrigeration didn't kill you? What are you? Oh, 185 HP, that's what you are. Okay, well. Tomato, tomato, keep moving. Actually, don't keep moving. Acid this guy. Acid him. I'm perma-flying, so a lot of what he's doing that would be a real pain to a normal character doesn't bother me that much. Good old boots. There we go, we got him. That'll also deal with his summons. And now I can very comfortably finish the refrigerating process. Deep freeze these guys. Okay, Sojobo. So not one, but two dangerous named uniques. Oh, I'm going the wrong way. I want to go this way to get away from him. So, you know, in a move I probably should have taken first, let me read up on just what that monster I dealt with is. By Suzanne. Draconian with foreign and watery scales. In a dungeon in hopes of resurrecting her mortal husband. Noble cause. If pressed to her limits, she will reveal her true form. So what is her true form? Oh. Clearly, when I saw the true form, it was much harder to deal with. So maybe the reason it took so long to kill was I had to kill it twice. I don't know. What I do know is I never finished this scary room, and I was pretty close, if not all the way there, so let's go in and finish it now. Hey, there's a book. Alita's liquefaction, eh? Fair enough. Why don't you guys go and deal with that for me? Yeah, I picked up Shadow Creatures, even though I've barely used it. It's still a good move. Probably in the depths, it's going to prove most useful. It tends to get you it tends to get you a pack of heavy-duty trolls in 1 to 2 casts out there. Throwing darts are so good when you're trained in them. Let me rephrase that. Usually throwing darts are used early game with minimal training because, you know, at that point in the game you don't have a lot of other options to try anyway. My god, this thing just keeps tracking me. Do you just not take damage until you hit me? There you go. Quite a distance that thing can fall, though. Anyway, yeah, darts are generally used early game. And in early game, you're not well trained, and you probably aren't investing a hell of a lot of experience in them. You're just using them as something to pad out your arsenal, right? Well, now here in this late game, I wouldn't even bother with them most of the time. But as a Gnoll, I have like so many points of training. It's kind of worth trying, and wow, it hits pretty hard. None of my moves are gonna do, or all my moves are gonna be ice. Yeah, I think we just, there we go. You guys go ahead and duke it out while I just back off, huh? How's that sound? There we go. Pack of ogres ought to make short work of ya. And right when I was expecting them to be there, the sentinel shows up and they're not here. But I am not marked. What I am is very deep away from my escapes in unexplored territory. So let's back up a hell of a long way. And keep exploring. Vaults is an interesting area. It's worth being systematic about, but as you can see, this floor is getting more and more done by the minute. There's some southern areas, and then there's Sojobo. I can almost certainly take out Sojobo, so it's not that I'm afraid of him per se, I just being systematic is all. Smite me all you like, I'm gonna beat you. So these are all my artifacts that have intelligence written on them. And there's a Morning Star that gives me +3 at the cost of stuff. There's a Battle Axe that gives me +2 that is a bit noisy and that boosts my Necro. As much as I want to take off my my sword, eat the draining and gain the experience back now, it's still the best weapon I've got, so I would still end up immediately putting it back on. So there's... The reason to take it off now is because there's plenty of experience that I can use to recover the draining. The reason not to take it off is because there's no benefit in it not being on, except that I'm not wearing a hard-to-swap item. So, yeah, I'm at this point basically just gonna wait. This is not a fun place to be to fight. I feel like I can be very easily flanked in this location. That's why I'm taking pains to back up as much as I am. Let's go explore this. There we go. Now it's a little safer, I guess. Most of this is covered. Clearly, I am not one who plays for low turn count high scores. Someday maybe, but no time soon. I still consider my play skill and win rate such that winning is the accomplishment. Sojo Bow. Of all the times to show up, you pick now. Let's get a decent horde of allies going. There we go. That should help. And threaten him with them while I back off and let them deal with him as best as they can. Meanwhile, some big-ass orbs. And run for it to recover my mana. Big ass orbs. Got him. Scale mail of fire. How hard pass. Scale mail is a big encumbrance penalty to overcome for spellcasting purposes. That was good. Oh my. Freeze City. You guys are all popcorn and I intend to pop ya. And you, sir, shall die more than anyone else. You'll get an orb all for yourself. Oh, there are more of you? Well, don't mind if I do. You can drain me all you like, sir. I'm wearing triple or double necro resist. You're not gonna get much damage or reduction from me. Let's see where we're at. Gotcha. Got you all. Okay, you just stay asleep, man. Just don't push, just let it happen. There you go. Slow and easy. Ooh. When there was one of you, I was gonna hurt you. When there are 5 of you, freeze. And I think this was the path that I was too nervous to try and open doors on when I first saw it, though it looks like it was just a loop-de-loop, so shouldn't have been too nervous. That's just about everything. Sojobo's already dead, so I'm not sure what's left in this area to find. Ooh. Freezer. Deep freeze. Da 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 da. So there was a glowing helmet somewhere. Let's go and check out the glowing helmet. Because I'm pretty sure I'm not wearing anything of note in my hat slot. It's just a +1 helmet. Who cares? So I've got a hat, a helmet, a helmet, a helmet. There's been no good hats spawned all game. Alright, Vault 4 cleared, or Vault 3 cleared. Do I attempt 4 or don't I? I don't think I'm going to get shafted to 5, but I don't think I want to get shafted to 5. I think I risk it. I've never been shafted to 5 before. If that can happen, it'll be it'll be something new to happen. I'm not going to go into 5 though. I've more or less made up my mind that I would rather continue to grow this character and then come back for that. It's not like I'm trying to push into Zot yet, so... Rule of thumb, if not playing for a record, if you're just playing for safety, always pick the lowest challenge area to go next. break this rule sometimes because I'm too lazy to play optimally, but that is the optimal approach. Good. So Okazobu's refrigeration, as we learned this run, as we had a very painful object lesson of this run, prevents you from using potions. And since potions are the most common way to heal, and there is no wand of healing anymore, if I recall correctly, Okazobus can prevent you from healing in a pinch, which is pretty bad. Oh, who's here? Oh. Somebody just joined my stream. So, the solution to that we accidentally stumbled/forced our way into in a life and death situation was to use Gozog's potion petition. Because he'll give you a random potion effect. Actually, he'll give you your choice out of several random effects. So if one or more of those are heal and/or heal wounds, it could be the last-ditch heal attempt you need. And considering in specific that I am definitely running Okazobu's refrigeration this run, that's something worth thinking about. Also, maybe we back off here? Where'd he go? Okay, he's gone. Maybe we don't. We'll find him some other place. I don't remember if I triple dipped or not. Nope, does not look like I triple dipped into here, so I'm definitely playing suboptimally for this floor. Let's run. I literally killed him with a single poison dart. That's embarrassing. For him, not for me. Slug them. Freeze all you. You know, if I have a haste potion and I drop down to the floor, Vaults 5, and I use metabolic, and I use refrigeration a couple times, I probably could clear the entire welcoming party just with this one spell in 3 casts or 4 casts, which leaves me half my mana to do more with. The problem isn't the welcoming the party. The problem is if there's like a tentacled monstrosity that constricts you into place, or Vault Warden who's like, good job, but we're gonna lock you here now, and then you're dealing with everything else that pours in. Forcing at some point a random teleport possibly, which could just cost you the game. Back when I was winning this game back when I was first learning the game and getting my first and second and third wins, Control Teleport was a thing, and Controlled Blink, the spell, was also a thing, so it was possible to very reliably jump from place to place to where you needed to be. They have removed all these reliable methods. Yeah, I would love to refrigerate here, but with this tight, narrow corridor, I'm getting more mana value to just wait for them. There you go. How scared am I of this area? Not very. The one thing that could really mess up my day is an unexpected moth of some kind. Like a ghost moth, maybe. Actually, maybe... How deep am I? I've actually explored everything, mostly. Let's go here to this temporary upstairs in case I have to retreat through here. Make sure this area is safe before I go any deeper into that multi-door vault. But clearly at this point I have surpassed the enemy average for this area. Okay, it's lagging pretty badly. I need to stop and wait for the screen to load. There we go. Are you coming after me or not? Apparently I got more experienced, meaning the poison did its job on that beetle that I hit with it. What? Refrigerate. This is a clear case of refrigeration required. Don't want to get rotten luck, so we refrigerate our food. What happened there? Did he miss? The Actuar shoots a bolt. The bolt misses. The bolt hits the boulder beetle. Nicely done, brah. My evasion must be pretty good. Not really, but, you know. That's some, kung fu right there. Okay, that's fine. If you all focus the thing that I can't beat easily, I'll start pegging the things that I can. I wish there was a way to guarantee shadow creatures, to choose whether you want shadow creatures to aim for one high hit dice monster or several lower hit dice monsters. Obviously, that would vastly improve its spell power. The reason it's balanced is because you can get absolute trash or something really good, and either way it costs you the same amount. There's nothing quite like spending 12 mana to get 2 berserking moths in Zot versus getting 5 draconians for 6 mana. You know, it's intentionally luck-based. Not to mention that, given there are caps on how many summons you can get now from any given spell, shadow creatures giving you 4 sets of creatures can really let you swarm an area. Okay, so that whole vault that I was nervous about, there was nothing in it left, so good. Good, 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 good. Money, money, money. And auto-explore for the finish. Alright. Oh, stone giant. Hey. Come this way, man. I want a nice clear shot. Boom, baby! Freezy Wraith. Actually, I've lost a lot of health here somehow. So I'm probably gonna try to recover some of it before I get too ham. Oh my god. Just imagine that. You're walking, following along, thinking that you've got a pretty good handle on your enemy, and the next thing you know, 9 frigging ogres just show up and gang beat you, and then promptly disappear into smoke as you lay there dying and turning into a pile of gold. Fighting against this Gnoll must be a terrifying experience, and I fought Gnoll packs a lot. Alright, Vaults 4 complete. We could absolutely go down to Vaults 5, try our luck, see if we don't get some neat artifact stuff. But I think that would be a dangerous decision at this point. And while I certainly could risk the danger, I mean, I don't need to risk the danger, so why should I? Ignition is all the way up to 32% castability without removing my items. I'm going to go to the Elven Halls. At this point, I have a full set of resistances, minus electricity. I could get Abyssed here. I'll do my best not to, because I don't think I would do well in the Abyss. But I wouldn't do badly there either. I'm not in a terrible shape for if I am Abyssed in the end. So I'm pretty sure this damage is either irresistible or undodgeable, so I'm willing to try my hand here a little longer than normal. Nope. This thing managed to beat the crap out of me. So let's just leave, and then we'll come back to deal with it shortly. Okay, maybe not. It was a poisonous halberd. There you are, you little idiot. If ever anyone had any... Oh, wait, was there a treasure vault somewhere in this dungeon? No, okay. If ever anybody ever had any doubt that Orb of Destruction is a good spell, this game is the only exhibit you need to prove otherwise. Look what a wide array of threats I have handily dispatched using just that one ability. Orb of Destruction. And as far as it being not that accurate, it's very accurate if you use it in situations that bolster its accuracy. Like, this is obviously a bad time to use it because I'm aiming at an enemy with cover. This is a great time to use it since this guy's wide out in the open. Poison and Bale. He's going to charge right at me, so I will absolutely orb him. Another situation where it's less than optimal is when your enemies are hiding behind summons. Because any one little summon can get in the way of it. Another situation where it's really good is where you have a summon of your own. Sorry, I'm not saying that right. Where it's not you casting it, but your Spellforged Servitor, because he can really dish out the damage with it and save you tons of MP, and back in the day, tons of hunger status too, though that is mercifully not a decision point anymore because of the stealth buff to mages. Well, these guys are certainly making it easy to get started here. Master Archer, eh? Let me back off. Repel Missiles is probably going to have a field day against this guy. Again, exercising caution to have my exit nearby instead of purely auto-exploring this area. Not that it's going to matter, but it's important to think tactically. So, primer on Elven Halls. Floor 1 tends to be pretty safe to take on with 1 pip of fire and cold resistance, and that's it. Floor 2 gets more intense, obviously. By the time you're at floor 3, you really shouldn't go there unless you have a fighting shot at surviving being abyssed. I have been abyssed in the Elven Halls so many times, not counting early game bullshit, Irolka, getting you banished, a distortion stab, that kind of thing. This is the place in the game where you're gonna run across enemies that can abyss you, and in enough positional advantage or numbers to actually make it happen. The solution, therefore, is to not come here till you're ready. Oh, I'm not wearing the shield, am I? How long have I not been wearing the shield? That's an oversight. Well, not wearing the shield, ignition is at 32%, but let's put it back on now. And now what are we at? 36%. It's actually almost the same. My shield training must be pretty close to complete. And if I wasn't worried about resist poison, then I could get it down to 26%. So we're definitely getting there. I'm going to get a better source of resist poison than this ring eventually, I guarantee it. It's just, I'm not there yet. Wait, what can you not pick up? Nah, I don't need any of this stuff. That's fine, you can ignore it. Yeah, so, bottom line. Elf 3 is where the real money is at. It's where all of the extra loot for this branch is at. There is loot scattered throughout. It's not like the Slime Pits level extreme, but kind of the way that there is a cache at the bottom of the orcs, there's also a cache at the bottom of elves. Next, there used to be a separate branch called Hall of Blades, which was dedicated entirely to animated weaponry. That has been removed from the game and placed as a mini vault within Elf. So somewhere in Elf, and I want to say it's in Elf 2, but with all the weapons I've seen, maybe it's on this floor, you're going to find a warning door, and if you decide to open that warning door, within it there's going to be tons of deadly branded weaponry. Now, I don't believe that weaponry is usually artifact. I think it's usually generic brands, but lots of them. So if you haven't found the Executioner Axe of your heart's desire yet, or that perfect double double crossbow or whatever, that's the place to look. Conversely, those weapons are actually really hard to kill because weapons are very high in evade and are naturally resistant to all elemental attacks. So you're looking at a melee character missing a bunch of swings against them. They're also very fast, so they'll catch up to you most of the time and beat the crap out of you. Solution, Orb of Destruction works really well. It's a high amount of purely non-elemental damage. It can't be evaded, and they're not trying to dodge you. They're unintelligent. They're not going to swerve around it. The reason I have no intention of going in there is because it's very easy to get surrounded and badly hurt by all the branded weapons hitting you. And all of the things I kill turn into gold anyway, so I'm not going to get the weapon. And even if I was going to get the weapon, I'm a mage, and I have very little use for good swords. I don't understand why there's a fire elemental here. I guess there is a fire pool, but this is just weird. Before I get annihilated, let's go ahead and refrigerate you guys to death. And back off. Mana back, okay, in we go. I'm very curious about the store, obviously. Elven Fire. Staff of Fire, Protection from Fire, generic stuff. What is my armor actually right now? Protection from Fire with Slayage and See Invisible. That's just better. Ooh, a Blink Scroll. 1 up. For those who haven't heard me say it yet, I consider a Blink Scroll a 1-up. If you're smart enough to use it right in all except a few places, it will basically give you a quick get-out-of-jail-free card for your life. That was a rune door. Why did I open it? I thought I had to... Well, no matter. Let's just deal with consequences now. There's a nice safe retreat stair if I need it. That's odd. Generally, I've seen translucent doors used as it won't be auto-explore opened. You have to manually choose to open it, and it's usually guarding something valuable. Why did I just have 2 OOD fails at once? That's unusual. So far, no mutations. That's good. Also, no mutations. That's bad. And do I have mutation potions? I think I do. I ditched them somewhere. Yeah, I ditched 3 of them in Spider, so if I need to, I can go back and unmutate myself. Ooh, I see dancing weapons. I see lots of dancing weapons. Uh-huh. Oh my god, what a pain to go through this area. This actually is a real pain in the neck for many reasons, but it blocks line of sight, so I can't get good range on my Orb of Destruction within it, so it's actually a natural counter to OOD play. Why did you open the... Okay, so there might be a setting or something that I have to change, because I really did not think translucent doors were supposed to open automatically. That Deep Elf Archer could choose to open it. Let's go the long way. Again, I'm being way more cautious than I need to be, but especially when playing online, I feel an obligation to play at least a little bit better. Or I should say playing on stream. So far, so good. This looks like the... There we go. That looks like the door to the Hall of Blades. Or the Hall of Blades equivalent. And if I was looking for a custom weapon, I would go in there. Alright. Let's see what you got. More cancellation. A book that I've already memorized, located every spell from. Used to be that you could destroy a book to forget a spell that was contained within the book. And I definitely made use of that ability in the past quite a bit to save my amnesia scrolls, for, like when I was ready to get rid of Magic Dart and Mephitic. Simple one-level spells that you almost certainly will find duplicates of their books at some point. The fact that that's not a thing anymore is kind of sad face. Alright, we're just totally going to open this door and go for it now. Back up, refrigerate. That should wake them up. And we'll just start dislodging these weapons as much as we are able. Okay. That all of them? Yep, that looks like all of them. I guess we go back in. Yeah, we go back in. Okay. Auto explore done. It really shouldn't open that door. Good. Okay, good. So it's not actually accidentally opening doors, and those were just different doors for some reason. $1,000,000 question. Do I or do I not raid Elf 3? The reason to do it is because I will get a better hat, a better shield, possibly, or an artifact cloak. The reason not to do it is because doing so does put me at risk of being abyssed, and I've grown attached to this character and would hate to see him go there. And I gotta tell you guys, it's not an easy choice. But at some point you gotta actually just take you gotta take something on faith. I'm gonna make a tentative poke here. I really think that I shouldn't die here. I think I should be okay. Even if I do get abyssed, I have a very good shot of surviving it. And I really shouldn't get abyssed. So again, you know, that's really not the heaviest of considerations. Or more accurate would be to say I'm making a bigger deal out of that consideration than I should. And I'm about to go into the depths, which certainly it would be nice to have the best equips I can have going into that. Yeah, let's go ahead and refrigerate here. And then back off again, always back off. Deep Elf Knights, I'm pretty sure cannot abyss. It's really the certain kinds of mages that you're thinking about that have banishment. Or, of course, an enchanted distortion weapon that is hasty by nature and coming at you could do it. Looks like we are very quickly getting the top explored out here. Usually Elf 3 has a... There, that one I'm pretty sure has the banishment ability. He does not. Okay. Learn something every day. Santa Roca does not either. Although, for the love of God, don't play around Santa Roca. So, we hurt him badly, and then we run for it. Mana restored. There you are. Think I got him. I got him. You know, there was a time where just seeing one of these orc priests would have made me run the other direction. Like, that's where this game started. It's amazing how far the character goes when he grows stronger and stronger. I'm pretty sure we got Sant Roca, so I'm going to head back down in that direction. Yeah, he's dead. Here's his mace. You are literally causing graphical glitches with that attack. I'm gonna have to blow you up. Anyone else want to show up today? Dagger of Speed. Another fun fact, at least in older versions, the loot contained at the end of this dungeon was wearable by the elves that were hiding out there. So often you would need to be careful not to kill them in a fashion that let them drown or something like that, lest you lose the loot if there was like a puddle you were finicking around. And it wasn't enough just to loot the chamber. You would have to go and look at their bodies to see what they had died with. I thought that was a really cool mechanic. Maybe it was just me, though, because it took me so long to actually ever get to them. I'm tempted to just map this area out, but I'm doing well enough without mapping, so maybe I'll hold on to my scrolls. Certainly if I ever have to teleport out, I'll have that ability handy. Ooh, this looks like the gauntlet. So let's head the other direction first. And I do have a Wand of Digging, which I am not afraid to use if it will make my life even a little easier. So if you read the spell description on Orb of Destruction, you'll read that the further away you are from your target, the more power / damage it deals. And that's true. And it's actually very true. You deal a lot more damage at maximum range than at minimum range. That being said, at minimum range, it's almost impossible to miss, because it's practically creating on target, right? And if you're... What the hell is this? The ground has changed colors. And if your target is already at melee with you, you may not have a lot of options. To this I say casting it once or twice at close range is better than trying like hell to get to far range and failing. Because the actual damage on Orb of Destruction is so high that even the reduced damage is meaningful. Okay. I've, as you can see, kind of been doing this concentric circles approach, or semicircles, branching out from the stairs, which are all very conveniently located at the top and middle of this layout, just to minimize my retreat distance at any given time and maximize the number of enemies I've flushed out. Deep Elf Elementalists do not know how to abyss me, but they do know how to create earth elementals at will. So we're gonna poison him to wake him up and then run for it while he, turns half of the walls alive to chase me. And then we're gonna hide way back out here until those summons either despawn or not. There he is, again. Much easier to kill now, way out here in the open. That's the tag you're it approach. Tag you're it, and then run. What am I looking at exactly? So, very clearly, this bottom right is the gauntlet, and the money and valuables are all in the bottom. So what is the bottom left, and why is it so red and evil looking? I'm gonna explore this area first, because I have no idea what it is. Maybe there's like a door to hell, and this is just a fancy way of drawing it, I don't know. Well, it worked, it made me curious. More teleporters. I have 19 scrolls of teleport. God damn, that's awesome. And I think I have 3 blink scrolls right now. And this place does not prevent controlled teleports or blinks or whatnot, so that's good. Okay, so most of the floor is done. All that's left is the loot chamber. I'm gonna put a travel restriction there and quickly pick up all the other loot. Oh, okay, I apparently missed a spot. A spot that got me to level 22, so yeah, pretty cool spot. And there we go. Now, question of how to deal with this area. I have a crazy idea. Why not just dig my way in and take the loot from here, from the side? In terms of escape distance, this is at least as good as any other direction. So yeah, I'm gonna try to dig my way in and see what happens. I mean, what's the worst that could happen? Oh, okay, so somebody thought of that and put undiggable walls probably the whole way around. That's fine. It's good. That's what you're supposed to do when you design a vault. Prevent people like me from cheating your thing. I've got Okazoba's refrigeration, so I really am equipped to deal with this place. Let's take our best bet. I just wish I had more will. In fact, what do I have that gives will? Yeah. Yeah, that's a good idea. Let's go and put on more will. There's a robe of willpower somewhere and a leather armor of willpower. Let's go put on the leather armor of willpower. The odds of me being poisoned here are remote, as I've commented before. The odds of me being confused by Mephitic Cloud are remote, because I don't think I've ever seen enemies use that spell, or at least not often. I guess Polymorph I'm not going to use anytime soon. But I will hang on to my leather armor just in case I have a shot at using it again. Oh, am I able to see invisible at all? I still am? Okay, good. I lost RF by this trade. That's pretty bad. Do we put on... Yeah, I think we put on the Amulet of Hepos for now. The downside is that it makes me slow on damage taking at times, but if I become slow, I'm just teleporting out anyway, so... Okay, so, and I think it has will attached to it as well, right? No, it doesn't. Okay. So, at this point, I've got 3 out of 5 pips of will. That's about the best resistance to banishment I'm going to get on short notice. The only other sources of will in the dungeon I can't wear simultaneously to what I already have, so we're golden. Alright, in we go. Anything here that can abyss me? Blade Masters cannot. Annihilator cannot, though he can Crystal Spear for tons of damage. What the hell? Oh, okay, one of these. And none of those are... I never have actually looked at the spell list for this guy. I just figured he's a basic mage, and he actually is. Banishment. It has a 1% chance to beat my will, so picking up that extra will was worth it, most likely. How can I take him out most efficiently? Probably refrigeration. So yeah, let's go for it. We're refrigerating here. One, two. Perfect. Refrigeration accomplished what it had to. They're all distracted, so we're just going to try and slug them for the finish and then back off. Okay, perfect. And they keep coming. I'm on fire. Do I have resist fire? I do. Okay, good. One more, and that's it. That's it. Don't get greedy. You did good work. I don't have mana regen on my necklace anymore, so I need to be even more cognizant of my regeneration time. Nope. Nope. Good. You guys cannot abyss me, so I'm not worried about you. Can you abyss me? I think I just looked at you. No, you can't. Okay, good. You probably can. Priests? Twisted Resurrection, Malign Offering, Aura of Brilliance, Call Down Damnation. $45 damage. Potentially. Irresistible. And I'm at, what, 1/3 mana? I think we do summon creatures and bail. Good. The Blade Master is coming into melee. That's fine. I'm not worried about that. Let's just keep getting out of here. And now that you're here, grow roots and threaten your life. Slug. Bug. You're distracted by gold. Good. We'll use that opportunity to escape until I have my mana back. Persistent little bugger, ain't ya? Good. Not so good, but whatever. I really like mana. Ooh, what is the Warlock's Mirror? Item, mirror. No, that's not what I was looking for. Where is the Warlock's Mirror? Here we go. Handheld of truly exhausted pause to branch. A skill you'll find that it can reflect almost anything, even spells. With your skills, it has a 57% chance. So this is a kind of shield, huh? And when you compare its shield rating to my kite shield, it's actually much lower level and therefore less likely to interfere with my casting. We're totally putting this on right now. Ditch something while I'm at it. I have to lose something to take this. I'll come back for brilliance if I have to. In the meantime, gimme, gimme, gimme. And do not get changed on this floor. Just don't. It's a great way to get surprised. The +3 actually makes it an even more inviting option because... yeah, my shield rating here is 11 versus 13. So the kite shield is only 2 points better. And while eventually that might be relevant, I don't know. Right now, the prospect of getting reflect on a shield is pretty cool. Is that superfluous with my Scarf of Repulsion? No, it is not. Okay, so we'll keep the Scarf of Repulsion in which case. We still have Resist of every variety. I think we've confirmed that he cannot banish me, is that correct? Yeah, then get the f*** out of here, man. Why am I even worried about you? And what is Twisted Resurrection? I don't even know. Oh, nice! It's like where all the corpses start to crawl and turn into an amalgamation of flesh. It doesn't work against me because all the corpses I kill turn into gold. Because Gazag. Alright, jerk. Go ahead and give me some room to work with, please. There you go. That's a good boy. Can you abyss me? You can. And 1% of the time you will. So, confusion... and look for a better engage. Still need a better... oh, I can just fridge him. Never mind, he's hiding behind a wall. I can't fridge him yet. Fridge. Oh, man! He attempted to banish me, and the shield bounced it back at him. That's awesome. That's awesome. That's just so cool. His spells are bouncing back at him. This is awesome. I've never... well, I'm not going to say never. I've played this game a long time. I don't remember ever seeing this artifact before. This is fun. I may end up wearing this shield for a while. The thing that would change my mind is an artifact with better stats on it, because there's obviously no stats associated with this. Or when my shield skill becomes high enough that wearing a kite shield is a no-brainer. What is that thing going on? He repels missiles. Okay, so if he repels missiles, then we'll just fridge him instead. Fridge the demon. What is your chance to banish me? 0%. Wow. I thought your will had to be much higher to kind of accomplish that stuff. Maybe their spell power is lower than, you know, some of the monsters that attempt to abyss me later on. I'm more convinced than ever that I've not given will enough respect when going to Elf 3 in prior runs. Because I'm not used to seeing a 0 to 1% chance to be abyssed like that. Then again, I'm also taking pains to not give them more than one shot at it. Though, to be fair, that guy did take a shot at abyssing me earlier this run, so, you know. Ooh, that's a good resist fire ring. We're gonna drop my ring of resist fire and pick up my resist fire plus int plus 6 ring. Which, incidentally, will also replace the int plus 6 ring in my pocket. Because I would rather have both than just one. Yeah, that's beautiful. And actually, assuming I don't need wizardry anymore, which I probably don't, let's see. Yeah, I don't need wizardry. I can just go ahead and put that on right now, and now I have 2 points of RF, so sweet. Ring of Gozag's Pride. Mana plus dex plus flight. Well, it's a strict improvement over mana only, so we'll trade my inventory. But it's not actually that valuable. No! No! Don't tell me I just did what I think I did. Oh, I just did what I think I did. Rat burgers. I was searching for Gazog, and I found an altar instead of the ring that was already in my pocket, apparently. No matter. Let's get back to what we were doing. So there's a crude quarterstaff. Oh yeah, protection from fire I think we were getting rid of. What rings are locally? What have I not realized I dropped? Nothing. I'm fine. Okay, good. So we'll pick up the... Oh, the quarterstaff is over there. Okay, never mind. So we're not quite done clearing this place yet. Cardinal sin to have a victory party before your victory. Though we're obviously very close now, so if I was going to commit that sin, now's the time to do it. Borgnor's Vile Clutch. Sweet. Random runed gloves. As previously alluded to, my gloves will never be replaced, most likely. +5 with int +4, resist cold, and will plus, and resist necro. My god. You could do a ziggurat and not get an artifact that good. Or you could do a whole ziggurat and get one artifact that good. Can you abyss me? No. Okay, then go one deeper. One deeper. Perfect. Knock them all dead. Sweet. Must go deeper and deeper and deeper. Alright. Tin of Tremor Stones, Glowing Falchion, Phantom Mirror. Do I have a Phantom Mirror? I don't think I do. So I now have all of the standard recharging evocables available to me, except the Lightning Rod. Which I should eventually find out. Ooh, another ring? Huh. Well, first let's try out the generic ring and get rid of it. Yeah, we don't need a generic flight ring ever. Now, how many IDs do I have? Plenty. Okay, good. Let's try out the silver ring. Resist corrosion with int +2. Nah, there's almost no scenario in which I want this ring. I do have resist corrosion abilities in other methods, so that's good. I'll put back on my int and RF ring, of course. What else you got? Polished flail of unknown value. Because I don't want to unequip just yet, let's see what you got. So the reason to think about keeping this is because it has resist elect on it, and I already have one RC pip here, so I can negate the one negative. But that's it. I also have a cloak that gives me RC that it could replace my Scarf of Repulsion. most likely the only time it gets used is a swap weapon when I urgently need resist electricity, which is actually a good reason to carry it. So we'll keep it for now. Don't need most of this stuff. I can't imagine that I need an amulet, generic amulet, but let's just find out. Uskai, I don't really care. I'll come back for this someday, because my Necro skill is enough that Pain is a really good brand for damage purposes. Hey! How's it going, man? Oh, awesome! And yes, doing awesomely, and just trying to get some streams going and back into crawl for a while. Oh, by all means, and thank you. Yeah, this run is going pretty deep so far, and I'm very happy with how it's going. I just got done storming Elf with good effect. And, yeah. Nice! If I never have to decide to drop something again, it'll be too soon. I think at this stage, it doesn't matter what I drop, in theory. Oh, I didn't realize I picked this amulet up. Resist electricity, MP plus 9, Dex plus 3. LOL. Well, I'm a married man, so, you know. But, rooting for you and congrats on the streaming of Crawl. I see regen MP. So it's this Q item is strictly superior to the amulet I already have, so we can drop that. And because the only reason I'm keeping the amulet I'm wearing now was the resist electricity element of it. And instead of using that with the risk of slow, you can make the argument that the slow is not enough of a deficit to make up for the acrobat bonus. But I really like regen MP, so I'm actually going to swap these out right now while I think about which is better. In the meantime, let's figure out what this ring is so I can drop it. It's a bad ring, alright. It's so bad it has to be cursed in order for me to wear it. Go figure. Okay, so now that that's set... yeah, I won't need either of those. Let's put on the fire ring again. And why am I keeping the wizardry ring? Oh yeah, in case I decide to try to get higher level spells going with it or something, I don't know. Our poison is the dumbest reason to keep a ring, but I still don't have another source of it, so until I do, that stays, I guess. And what is the newest amulet? Amulet of Faith. In any other character, that would be a sad pickup because either you want to keep it... Not sad. Amulet of Faith has a very severe penalty of like a whole pip or two of piety being lost when you take it off. That being said, Gozog don't care about piety. He just likes money. So... and no, there's no way to game it so that you get more money by wearing that amulet. That would be too cool. Okay, let's see. More books. Poisonous Vapors. Nice. Ignite Poison and Sting. This was actually a very... oh, I got an Amnesia Scroll. Thank God. So this was a kind of anemic, I would say. Oh yeah, no, Gazog is awesome. It's one of my first runs with him. I was prompted to do this Gnoll run because I did a Gnoll run earlier of Gazog, and... No, of course. And I guess that's a factor, and that's true. So thank you for the heads up. Yeah, I was just messing. I'm sorry. I didn't mean anything by that. So So it's interesting. Potion Petition, my entire first run, 3-rune run, I won the game without using it once, and didn't really need it at all. And to me, it felt like an unnecessary extra. But it's already saved my entire game once this run because I was carelessly using the Okazoba's refrigeration, and yeah, it saved my life. So it's earned my respect just for that alone, but it's hard to really undersell the value of getting a potion whenever you need it. But it's not even just one potion. It's like usually stacked multiple potion effects all at the same time, which is obviously pretty sweet. Okay, I don't know what a File of Floods is worth, and I need to figure it out because, it's one thing to have a potion and not how it works. But oh, definitely. On my 3-rune run, I had almost 20,000, 30,000 gold by the end, so I spent it all bribing everything on the orb run on the way out. It was hilarious watching Panlords fight for me. At one point on my way out, an angel and a cherub and a seraph or something. Not a seraph. An angel, a cherub, and something else spawned, and the angel was on my side and the other two weren't, and he smote one and then smashed down the other and turned him into a stack of gold. Oh, he smashed one who turned into a stack of gold, who confused the other. It was just hilarious. Interesting. Is it like an AoE? Is it flooding the nearby area, damaging the target? If it's silence on a stick, then it's worth keeping. For those situations where you find yourself either not having the mana to deal with something, or... So it's silence on a stick. Box of Beasts is summoning on a stick. Lightning Rod is zap on a stick. And Condenser Vein is clouds on a stick. That's cool. That's actually very cool. Okay, at this point I don't need willpower to be at this high level, so I'm gonna ditch my armor. Can always come back for it like I did earlier. Put back on this to get all of my resists super high. And yeah, if I had been Abyssed, I might be singing a different tune, but as you guys saw, putting on all of that willpower before I went in made it a 1% odds. And then he did attempt to abyss me and he failed. The result of it is that I now have an artifact mirror and an artifact and a pair of artifact rings that I did not have beforehand, and an artifact amulet that I did not have beforehand. So this is all, I would say it's been a worthwhile detour through Orc. In terms of castability, I am still teetering around where I need to be to get level 8s online. But if I were to throw on Wizardry, I'm pretty sure it would be very close. Yeah, with Wizardry, Ignition is down to 19% already. And that's just awesome. I don't need Ignition yet, so I'm not going to make this switch, but it's something I'm able to do if I have to. Now that I have my second Amnesia Scroll, I can consider being a little bit more careless about spells to memorize, certainly. And I really do think Spellforge Servitor is a good pickup, since my only conjurations right now are Mephitic Cloud, which does not go into his spell list, and Orb of Destruction, which is a stupidly powerful spell to be hurling at random. That being said, I'm getting pretty close to quitting time for the evening, so let's review. Cleared out Volts all the way through 4. Cleared out Elf 1 through 3. I'm leaving Crypt behind on purpose, because when I take this weapon off and I'm getting super drained, I would rather have a easy spot to go and get some EXP back than whatever my new challenge is. Why did it say Lair 4 out of 6? Please tell me I did the lair. Oh, you've got to be kidding me. Oh my god! I didn't finish the lair? I saw this whole area and assumed that that was like the end because there was a dire elephant and everything, and well, that's just embarrassing. All right, well, we're gonna have fun with this. This mage, this ice elementalist, is probably gonna tab fight its way through lair at this point because, not counting a hydra, there's nothing here that maybe a unique that shows up. There's nothing here that a level 22 character who's been training all skills at a Gnoll pace isn't going to be able to slot. Oh my god, that's hilarious. Yeah, wow. And don't kid yourself, sometimes the branch ends, even the lair might have something about, ooh, that's a lot of baddies. This is going to be a fun refrigerate. Refrigerate! Refrigerate! And they're all distracted by gold, naturally. Okay, what else is left? Ooh, my god, there was a ruined hat. This whole game I've been wearing a +2 hat of nothing, and there's an artifact hat sitting in the lair that I thought I had completed, but I hadn't. My god. You know, I have the spider rune. Oh man, so believe it or not, this was the first game I've ever casted that spell during. I've never used Okazoba's refrigeration before, and I explained it in a previous vid, but if you read the description, it really sounds like it damages you unless you're ice resistant, and that part of that damage is irresistible no matter what. Combine that with the fact that prior iterations of the game, back when I was more of a regular player, you have item destruction. So I'm thinking I trigger Okazobu's refrigeration and shatter all of my potions? That doesn't sound like a very good idea. And I know for a fact that there are other spells in Crawl that do work that way in terms of, not the exact way, but in terms of take some damage yourself to deal ultra damage to someone else. So I just never bothered with it. I always worked with other spells. Okay, well, this was a pretty shitty hat. I don't like Harm as a brand, and I definitely don't like taking an AC cut from 2 to 0, so yeah, y'all can just forget that. But let's take a look at the whip. Maybe it's a good swap weapon. Maybe not. Int plus, strength plus, and flame. It's not that good. It's not that good. It doesn't provide a resistance or a reason to want to swap to it, and I have better damage on other options, so yeah, we're gonna leave this whip behind. I've gotten pretty picky considering that, but yeah. Okay, final floor. Ooh, there's a volcano here. Yeah, we'll take a volcano on. Where's the volcano? Just get me to the volcano, man. We'll take a volcano. Not even gonna stop for any enemies, because I mean, I'm stealthy enough to walk through and they won't even notice I'm here until I stab them. A +10? Wow. What is viral? Oh, Vorpal. Vorpal? Yeah, that's fantastic, man. A +10 sling on D4, that'll carry you through the whole early game and part of the mid game. So, important tactical thing to understand. Before entering a volcano, make sure you have a few free item slots so that you can easily bring stuff back with you. Realizing that I'm an ice mage with Freezy Pop and Permaflight and Resist Fire 2 pips, and that this is a layer level volcano, there's no reason not to full clear it. I'm literally gonna be, I'm not invincible, but I can literally act like I'm invincible. Well, I have enough potions of resistance to resist a very long time without having resistances. Oh no, molten gargoyles! Whatever will I do? I know. Refrigerate! Wow, the Lindworm didn't die in one hit? That's impressive. Alright, nothing of value in the volcano. No problem. Oh, Astra, before I forget, how did you find the stream then? You were just looking around on, did you follow me on YouTube? Is that where you got the notification? Or how did you know to find out that I was streaming? I'm asking because I want to make sure that anybody who remembers me from the old days or is interested in following my streams obviously can do so. Man. Midas Touch is amazing. Ants to Gold. It's the best transmutation ever. Oh, wow. This is going to be fun. I want to see how many I can get in view at once. I'm going to keep going deeper. Kaboom! Ah, so much joy. Those are the floors you pray you can have in a ziggurat. Gotcha. Yeah, I was advised to use the roguelike Discord, which I don't think existed back when I was playing this in college, so... yeah. Nice. Cool. Well, I will definitely use that and drop messages there then for any of my theoretical audience who are interested whenever I hop on. I, as you may or may not remember, stopped streaming pretty much altogether because married, and that crimped my reliable stream time severely. Now I've got 2 kids, so my time remains quite heavily crimped. Or I should say irregular, but I do, I do have time to game. So as long as I don't have to play regularly, or I shouldn't say regularly, that's the wrong word, reliably. Like, I can't promise every week I'll put another vid out or something like I used to, or every Tuesday or whatever. But there's no reason why I can't stream when I have game time, so it'd be nice to be able to put out some new content, even if it's not as much as I used to do. Plus, the game has changed so much that it's kind of worth trying new things with it now. Oh, you can't just... Okay. Well, how do I get that, then? I'll come back for you. I remember when an anaconda would have been terrifying, back when I was using Mephitic Cloud to deal with it and didn't have flight. Now, you guys don't even scare me. I'm milling a dire elephant. How the times have changed. And there's the 600 gold or 500 gold price that I don't have to pay. Here's a ring of willpower I don't have to carry. I do want to keep a lightning rod on my person for emergencies. And I think I'm ready to ditch the... Well, no, Curari has so much value, though. It's going to be one of those situations where you never use it until you have to pause and think about it and realize that it's about to save your life. Yeah. Okay. So, I need to figure out how to get that sling eventually, I guess. Oh, hey. How did you get out? Oh, okay, never mind. I shouldn't melee 2 dire elephants with a non-melee character. Although, that's the thing, when you play an elf... when you play a Gnoll, you are by definition not playing a class. You are playing, especially when you get past the early game, an omni-class. You literally are multi-classed into every ability. And so you have all the advantages and disadvantages that come with being multi-classed into every ability. Oh, right! In this area, the as you explore more, the statues turn alive and such. Can I light this on fire with a lightning rod? Apparently not. Used to be a thing anyway. It can be dug through. Do I want to use a wand of digging to get a sling? I'd actually rather save the digging charge, because barring the most valuable resists, I can't imagine that I would... having a sling equipped is such a disadvantage when you're not trying to use one. So yeah, I'd hold off. Okay, well, now I feel like I've hit a natural point to hold off and further, because I've gotten most of these branches cleared. The next stop would be the depths, which we will stop at the entrance of, just so that we're ready. We have 2 runes, so we're allowed to enter. We don't have to do vaults yet, so we're not until we're as powerful as we are reasonably gonna get first. With spell training this far up, Ignition is very castable. And once again, just to torture myself, how castable can I make it exactly? I can make it 16%. So what is Ignition? Is it just Firestorm? Is it something different? All foes in the caster's surroundings are engulfed in balls of fire. The caster and their allies are protected from the fire and will never be harmed by this spell. So... Freezing Cloud? Except smite targeted? I know that Ignition is a good enough spell to clear a lot of the game with. It does sound like enemies immune to fire don't take damage, which is already the problem the refrigerate is giving me. But, maybe worth considering, I don't know. Poison resist sources still are the armor, the robe, the staff, and the ring. And my current armor is RF, of which I already have 2 pips. Yeah, I think I stick with the armor that I got. Slaying +5 is a nice buff, even if I don't use it a ton. Alright. And so I'm gonna waste the ring slot on resist poison for now. If I decide that it's worth transitioning to using wizardry for some other reason, then I'll obviously reconsider. Alright! The last thing I'm gonna do before I call it is actually take the time to petition another merchant, because I am at 15,000 gold, and clearly still not fully satisfied with the state of my armor. So let's go ahead and call a merchant for 1,000 gold. A general store, a book boutique, or a weapon shop. I'm good with a general store. I'm good with a book boutique. Let's go with the general store. Alrighty. Nope. I didn't mean to do that. That was a typo. Shit. Damn it. And the purchases are mandatory? Well, that's even more unfortunate. Thank you so much. And yeah, it's always great seeing somebody who remembers me from the old days, because, you know, there are times I feel like, oh, everyone's forgotten, everyone's moved on, but yeah, it's nice to know I made enough of an impression to still remember blah blah blah, and it's really great that you're streaming. That's even better. We can use every DCSS streamer in this community we can get. Yeah, I'm not impressed by these offerings, though the Potion of Mutation is nice. Might even be useful for recovery someday. But let's call it here, I suppose. Thank you all for watching, and I will see you guys next time.